going on, guys? It's Nick from Lively Outdoors. I am going to do something a little different tonight on the vise. We've got a little RTF going on. I'm going to do a little review on these 1/16 ounce bomb bite jig heads, and then with sickle hooks. And then I'm going to do a little tying of 3 different ones. I'm going to do a white, a chartreuse, and a black. And then in the morning, if the weather holds up, and it's supposed to rain in the morning, as long as it's cloudy and not 100 like it has been in forever, I'm going to go out and see if I can catch some bluegill or maybe some largemouth on them. I'm going to take my ultralight, my TFO pastime rod, and see if I can slap a few in the face. These are the bomb bite 1/16 ounce jig heads. If you'll notice, they're not actually segmented compartments, they're all just dumped in together. Only downside to this one compared to what it looks like on the Amazon picture is these are not actually red, they're orange. It showed a solid deep red, but it is what it is. They're 13 bucks for 40 of them. I'm not complaining. I do wish that I could find some red heads like that though, because red is kind of my go-to color for heads. That's why I use nothing on Ned rigs except the red Z-Man shroom heads in 1/16 ounce and the 1/32 too, actually. But anyway, I'm gonna get to tying, see how these turn out. Hopefully they'll turn out good and we can catch some fish in the morning. All right, guys, number 1 on the vise is black. Wrap this bad boy up, see if we can't get something good to come off this. Bring my thread down to the hook point. And like I said in my last video, if any of y'all want me to do a slow down video and show y'all how to tie actual jigs or flies or whatever, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to do some videos like that. I enjoy these. I just kind of wanted to see how they were gonna come across to you guys. I enjoy doing them. Didn't know if y'all would enjoy me doing them, so maybe I can, get some new guys on here, just some new people on here, and we can start creating something a little different. And I think it'd be pretty cool, to just take some cheap jig heads off of Amazon and take them out and take them, tie them, and fish them. See what happens, I think it'd be kind of cool. I don't think I've seen anything like that. I think it'd just be a little different, So we're going to tie this with just a little bit of red on the back of marabou. And we're going to get kind of like a... If you fly fish, you probably know where I'm coming out. It's one of the most deadly flies around is something very similar to this, and we'll have some red sparkle coming out the rear end of it. Just want to tie some of this up on here. Get it going on down. Wrap that one down on this side. Bust that head up right there. And then we've got to tie in our feather that we're going to create our woolly bugger body. And like I've always said, I know it's kind of backwards, but I like doing the thick part up front because it gets more feathery up front. A lot of people disagree with that. Don't care. Tie it a different way. That's your choice, man. That's the cool thing about fly tying. It's I'm kind of the bad boy in the fly tying deal anyway, because I tie jigs, flies, I tie whatever I want to tie. And I'm not a traditionalist as far as fly tying for sure. And start wrapping that around and use my rotary vise, but I'm trying to make this video not 30 minutes like the last one was. I'm going to drag this pain in the butt out here. So I'm wrapping black Chenille is just crystal chenille. It doesn't have a lot of flash, but it's got some sparkle to it. Not a whole lot. It's just kind of a mild, not so flashy material. It's not like the shiny crystal polar and all that, or the cactus. Although the cactus is really good stuff, but I like this for black because whenever I tie a black body, I can't find any black on red. So if I could, I would probably use that, to be honest. But I like just a plain black on there. And I'm gonna wrap my hackle. Get that going nice and smooth for a little bit of a woolly buggy body. Wrap the thicker feathers up front, like you're not supposed to do. And tie that bad boy in right there. Side of it, and this one's about done, guys. I'll have to nip that little area off right there. Get a little collar going on. You can add like a red thread collar if you want to. It's all up to however you want to do it, however you want to tie it. This is just one that I know catches fish. Always wait to the very end to trim up my flash, by the way, so don't worry, I am going to trim that up. If you'll notice what I do, if you haven't watched my other video, what I do on jigs like this, since your eye's on the bottom and your hook point is on the bottom, I tie my material on the top. That way you're adding the bulk on the top of it instead of on the bottom, and you don't crowd that hook point. These are very sharp hooks, by the way. They are very good quality jig heads, and I'm very excited to fish these bad boys, to be honest with you. So let's get that up a little bit. And that turned out pretty decent. Now I'm going to trim the flash to about the length of the marabou. So that's what we got right there. Don't know if you can actually tell. Oh, got one little straggler wanting to go south on me. But that's what we're dealing with right there. Alright guys, round two. We're going white this time. I'm going to start my white thread, lock it in. The bias is on turn on me. Didn't realize I didn't have it locked in. I'm going to go all the way down to my hook point. And let's see what we got. I'll take some white. A little bit longer than that. About like that. Wrap that in. Crank her down. Lop that off. So we get that. Cut that. Cut that in. We have about 2 or 3 strands going on just to give it some oomph, Kick that back there. I'm going to take some diamond pearl braid, and technically you're not supposed to use it like this, but for small jigs and small flies, I actually like this stuff for this purpose. This is made for an entirely different purpose, but works very good. Adds a lot of flash to the body. A lot of good flash. And you can actually just slip that right over it, to be honest with you, but we're going to tie that bad boy in. Get that stuck back there. Then we're going to tie in a piece of grizzly hackle. because we're going to add just a little bit of barred bugginess to this little fly. Crystal braid. Get that, start wrapping. This is really thin stuff whenever you span it out like that, so it actually makes it really good for this sort of thing, because it gives it a nice kind of almost holographic style body. And then we'll take it, I ripped on my eye. Right there. So I pause it for a second so I can rip off this one side of hackle. On this style hackle, you're better off just whacking some of it off. That way you can get a very nice little turned finish like that. Because I'm wanting this one to be pretty thin, and I still want it to show the pearlized area. And if you don't take the one side off, then you're stuck with a bunch of webby fibers that are going to cover your chenille. So this way you can wrap that in, you're good to go, and you still got your flashiness. Now on some of these woolly booger flies like this, you can wrap them with wire and they'll last a lot longer. The bluegill won't be able to rip them apart as easy. Now, something like this, you know, it's going to take a while, but they will rip apart. Good thing is, if you tie, you still got your jig head. You can just go back, retie it again. It's all good and fun, you know what I'm saying? So we'll cut those to length that I want, and we'll whip finish, and we'll be done with this one. I don't use glues, I don't use like head cements or anything like that. I just do a double whip finish and I call it good. If it comes apart, it comes apart. I'd rather not have glue on it. I hate messing with glue. Crap's strong, it gets all over the place. In my opinion, fish are gonna taste it. And I wouldn't want something that tasted like glue. That's just me, but gosh, man, when you're trying to catch fish, you know what I'm saying? All right, hope you do. All right, guys, we're on the chartreuse now. If you noticed in my last jig I switched to a black shirt because I'm trying to do a good background for you guys. I'm hoping these jigs actually stand out while I'm tying them. The first one I did in a gray shirt because it was black and I don't have a solid white shirt. This shirt is actually a Gap shirt that I bought back in the 90s, if you'll believe that. Is some old, but I bought it at the Gap back when the Gap was actually cool. I don't even know if the Gap's still around, but I've had this shirt that long. I've fished in it, I've hunted in it, I've hiked in it, mountain biked in it, rode four-wheelers. This thing has been around, guys. And we're going to throw a little bit of chartreuse marabou. I'm going to make this a little fluffy butt. So I'm going to tie a little bit more than I normally do on the back. Because the chartreuse, I want this one to stand out. Line that up top. Get it going. Come up around. And tie it back. Get that off. Be careful and don't cut your thread like I almost did just then. And get a little tight wind in there on that. I'm going to do something a little different on this one. I'm going to put some little legs coming off the back instead of flash. And these are barred legs. They've, I don't know if you can tell that. Like I say, after the video, I'll show you a picture of each one that I tied. But these have kind of like a barred, it's like a chartreuse, almost chartreuse. It's kind of like a greenish chartreuse and black barring on it. So that's what these will look like. kind of throw that up over there. Roll that around so I can get some of these tied. If I can get a hold of them through here. There we go. Tying on the bottom, the top, everywhere. So we'll go back to there. This little crystal chenille right here. Up over there. Get this stuff tied in. You can strip this stuff down so it's not as bulky, but like I say, I'm tying on the top, so I'm not really that worried about it. And we will tie feather. I had a feather. Didn't have a feather? I guess I didn't. I'm gonna tie a white feather on it. And do a fat tie on this one. I'll wrap all the way down. Wrap it to my head. Take my chenille, wrap over the feather. Make a juicy fat butt. Come on through, get out of my way. I don't mind it's moving my bobbin. Cradle over this way. So we're gonna have that one. See how thick that is? This is actually a medium chenille, which is pretty large for this size jig head. But that's the route we're going because I want it fat. Tie that in, lop that off, throw that over there. Now we'll take this and we're gonna make this one webby and just spin it all the way around and cover up a little bit of that chartreuse and not do a whole lot of feathers in there. And this way I'm doing it reverse that I did it, the past few times, because I wanted the fat in towards the head. On this one I'm wanting the thinner part towards the head. I like having webby stuff over the head because it looks more buggy. But on this one, I don't want it to look buggy. I want it to look more fish-like. So that's the route I'm going on this one. And let's see. Let's lob off this. Blocking my light. I got that cut. Now, all there is to do is create a collar so I'm not tying a bunch of stuff to my hook eye. We'll get that going. Whip finish, and we will be done after the trimming of the legs, guys. And that's 3 flies down, or 3 jigs down, my bad. Sorry. If there's any fly fishermen on here, I apologize. Fly guys don't like that kind of stuff. Just like this isn't a bobber, it's a strike indicator. Same thing. It's all the same stuff, man. You're doing what you enjoy to do. Now on this one, I'll take out of my vise, shake my legs down. Yeah, that's nice. See how that's gonna fall? So then you get them unwrapped from the hook, and you got legs on every side. I don't know if y'all can see that, but I'm gonna trim them off about right there. I'm gonna trim them a little bit longer than the marabou, so it'll stick out and be just a little bit more jittery in the water than the marabou is. But that's what you got. I'm gonna put some pictures on here now, and after that, guys, we'll see you at the pond. All right, guys, we made it to the pond. Hopefully we'll have a little luck today. I don't know, the pond is really low. It was supposed to be raining and cloudy this morning, and evidently God had a different idea. Now we're supposed to get storms this afternoon, and so we'll go from there. These sun strips are awesome. I don't know if y'all have ever heard of them or used them, but I love them. Didn't work on my Tundra because the bed is aluminum on it. So there's that. We're gonna get rigged up. we're gonna try to catch us some bluegill or some largemouth or something. All right, first one up is the black and red one that I tied last night. We're gonna see if we can't smack something in the face with this bad boy. There's a lot of grass in this pond, and it's really low right now, so I'm not sure how exactly we're gonna do. May have done a lot better going to Thor, to be honest with you. Over here a couple times, see what happens. I mean, this is very shallow over here. There's one. Oh, I should have tightened my drag for sure, but I got one. I think I still got him. Nope. Yep. Bluegill with a bunch of grass. We got that on us. There's number one. Got one on that one. Now we can swap. We'll go over here and tie on maybe the chartreuse one. See what happens. All right, guys. Up for number 2 is the chartreuse that we tied up last night. Hope that's coming in clear. Yeah, this looks good. This looks like a bluegill thumper right here. Let's just cast right out here and see if we can get something. No, that's a lot of grass right there. No, it's too shallow out here, man. There went one right off the bank. Let's just burn this dude. How about that? Maybe we won't get hung up. Nope. We're gonna go this other side. There we go. Little largemouth. Come on, big boy. We just busted off the, we just finished off the little chartreuse. Come on, buddy. Yeah. Little largemouth. So we got multi-species going on now, guys. Yeah, let's get you back in there. All right. Now we're cooking, guys. About a cast right there. Now we gotta go over here and swap, and we'll throw the white. See if we can get one on it. If so, well, we're all done. Been a good morning so far. It's not too hot. A little wind would help, but yeah, well, I'm not gonna complain. Got the old Atlas out here this morning. Finally got it rigged up with the Yakima, my real deals up top. And got my Yakima bars on there. Hey guys, this is the one from last night, the white one with the grizzly hackle and the goodness right there. We're gonna see if we can finish up this little trifecta here. Taking a break for a second because evidently Jerry thought the best thing to do since I'm fishing fish is let his dog swim. What are you doing, Maggie? So, this sucks. I have one jig left, that's it. Maggie, you just wrecked this hole. I mean, just destroyed it. There ain't gonna be nothing by it because you got a dog swimming. Now I'm trying not to hook you. The key is with Maggie, just keep walking around in holes she's already busted up and see if she swims all the way around like this, and then go over the other side of the pond because she will swim and swim and swim. Number 3, finally. Even with a dog swimming in the dadgum water. A big old bluegill. All right. Juicy bluegill. Look at that fatty. No, Maggie, you get away. No, you get away. You ain't gonna eat this. You pissed me off for the last time, dude. I'm gonna throw that dude. Alright, we got 3, guys. We got all 3 jigs, even with a dog busting up our holes, as we completed our little trifecta. So that's awesome. Completed the trifecta, guys.